since Mother Agatha had lost her powers. The dough landed on the chocolate countertop with a splat. Mother Agatha came bustling in just in time to witness it. She offered a sympathetic but firm smile as she came over to examine the mess. Now, she said, the words still strange in her new gingerbread body. Concentrate on the spell and ignore any distractions. Concentrate was becoming harder and harder with each failed attempt. Maud was meant to be learning a new spell for this, after weeks of Agatha insisting they continued to go over the basics before she could move on to anything interesting, and now even the basics had decided to go wrong. Agatha patted Maud's hand. Why don't we try this tomorrow, and you and Grim go foraging? We could do with some more spring caps. Grim perked up from his spot by the fire, so close he was in danger of his lilac fur getting singed. Unlike Nuss or the bunnies, the rescued wolf pup wasn't one of Agatha's creations, so it would be much harder to fix if he set himself on fire. Maud clicked her tongue, and he came hopping over on his 3 legs. He clearly expected a treat, so she slipped him a little bit of dough when Agatha wasn't looking. But tempting as the idea of foraging and forgetting about this was, Maud couldn't give up so easily. No, I'm going to do this. She knew Mother Agatha was being kind, but somehow it felt worse to get offered an out, as if even Agatha didn't think Maud could do this. In the nearly 4 moons since Maud's expedition to the Shadelands, since Agatha's old friend turned enemy Vera had tried to steal the first witch's spellbook and destroy Agatha in the process, Maud had learned a lot about magic. The Firestarter spell she'd so dramatically and goopily messed up in her first attempt at a spell was second nature to her now. But as the only resident witch since Agatha's emergency remaking from gingerbread, Maud couldn't help but feel she wasn't doing enough. Before, Agatha's magic kept the cottage trotting along at a tight pace, ensured all the different creatures were fed, kept the water flowing and magic cakes baking to trade with other witches for supplies. Maud could barely manage one of those things at a time, and the cottage was suffering for it. Slight cracks had appeared in the gingerbread foundations, and twice a sugared panel had fallen off the roof and nearly crushed the gingerbread pigs grazing beneath. All the creatures had to pitch in to help, making shelters and passing food down to the smallest sugar mice. And it was all Maud's fault. If not for her attempted spell, for her argument and storming off, Vera never would have found them. Maud had managed to fix it, mostly, but that didn't take away the pang of guilt. Agatha, as always, seemed to read all of that on Maud's face. "All right, sweetest," she said softly. "Let's try again. Clear your mind, like sweeping flour from the counter." Maud closed her eyes. She imagined blowing air on the tangled cobwebs of her mind, clearing them all away. Now, try again. Maud opened her eyes, her witch mark tingling on her wrist. She could do this. She could make it right. She raised her hands, and ingredients began to float toward her, not nearly as gracefully as when Mother Agatha used to do this, but not quite as lopsided as Maud's earlier attempts. Flour, griffin eggs, cinnamon, ginger root, dragonfire spice. They all came together in a whirling sphere in front of her. Tongue between her teeth, she forced all other thoughts out of her mind. She pressed her hands together. The swirl of ingredients obeyed, merging into a ball of dough in front of her. It dropped to the table with a thump. Agatha, Maud, and Nuss all leaned forward to inspect it. No cracks, no crumbling, no sticky honey texture. "I did it!" Maud yelled. "Very good." Florian fluttered in through the window, always ready to give his opinion. "It's still not finished, though, is it?" Maud rolled her eyes. No pleasing Florian. "Aren't you meant to be watching the bunnies?"